I would like to ask this question the first Honorable Fati. You said Somali, which is 19.7 million, are not ready for direct democracy, in which the neighboring countries, such as Kenya, which is 60 million, are doing direct democracy. And I remember the last debate when I was supporting that we should not use force to support our ocean. The manager asked me, when are we going to use force? I'm going to still ask you, when are we going to be ready for direct democracy?
After when we fulfill the conditions, that's when we are going to be ready for the direct democracy. Before that, we cannot do any indirect democracy.
But we did indirect democracy for several years and we are not seeing any change.
But your country is still thriving. You cannot begin from like the last point and then you expect to be at number one. You need to thrive first.
For something to thrive, we must change a factor into another factor. And the factor here we are changing is from indirect democracy to direct democracy. So why are you refusing to apply direct democracy?
Because I'm not supporting direct democracy. That's why I'm refusing.
So now may you substantiate why you're just opposing it?
I've given already my points long time ago.
And I've opposed it. So what will you say about that?
You did what?
I have opposed it. What will you say about that? Because I said, when will you change this?
Proposed into the motion. How can you still oppose?
I said you have opposed it. Please don't change my language. I just said that, like, now we have applied indirect democracy for several years. So, and we are not seeing any change. So why don't we change the factor of indirect democracy to direct, so that we will see whether a change will be seen? Please, Honorable.
What I'm telling you is you cannot begin from at 0 and then you expect to go at 100 in the same seconds. You need to first, like if you rush, you're going to crash. You need to be impatient first.
So from 1960 now to 2025, I think we are doing indirect democracy. Have you seen any change?
So are you saying that there's no change from when it began?
So now, if you have seen change, why are you refusing to do direct democracy?
Why will I do direct democracy? We are leading with indirect democracy, and that's what's good for the country.
Let me tell you something. Kenyans are humans. Ethiopians are humans. Are we not humans to make our own decisions?
Wait, for you are trying to compare yourself with countries that you have not yet reached. For them, there is a reason why they use the direct democracy. And for Somalia to use indirect democracy, it is still a country which is developing. If it uses direct democracy, now there are clan divisions, there are terrorists. How are you going to solve those problems first when you have not even brought solutions?
But even in Ethiopia, there are clans. Even in Kenya, there are clans. They are also neighboring us. They are also Africans. They are not in Europe. So let me explain. Thanks.
I would like to supplement my colleague by saying, at first, Kenya solved its inner problems. Why do you need to compare yourself with Kenya? And let me ask you a question. Is there any tribalism in Kenya, like we do here in Somalia?
There are tribes in Kenya.
No. Yes or no?
Yes, there are tribes in Kenya.
I'm not saying there are not tribes in Kenya. Tribalism, like saying this is from my tribe. Why do I need to vote for a person who is not from my tribe?
But why would you see a president having the same vote?
Don't answer a question with a question, please.
Now in Ethiopia, there are many tribes, or in Kenya, like the president is chosen due to after he works hard, like in Kenya now, or in Uganda, that president now is leading for many years. So if in Uganda there are many tribes, like in the Western there are tribes, but they still use the same president because of his hard work maybe. And Somalia, we can also recognize the president who works hard. Maybe that's the best solution. Thanks.
No, we cannot go for direct democracy when we haven't even solved our own problems. How can you go for direct democracy when you haven't even solved your own problems?
And when will it be solved?
If these people are voting, they will vote based on emotions,
and
not the quality of the person.
Okay, when will it be solved? Even the parliament.
When our people study, that's when it's going to be solved.
But people are studying. Wait, the members of the parliament also choose the president because of money, isn't it? That's what also Allah was supporting. Am I lying?
So are you comparing yourself with a person? You study from Royal Muslim, right? So are you comparing yourself with these local Somalis?
But voting,
same knowledge.
Voting is something simple. The people, when you are in the electoral body or in the place, they tell you to vote. And you have already seen people and their work in the social media. The world has modernized easy. Please hand over the...
But still, Somalia is ranked one of the poorest countries when it comes to education.
And how would you...
Okay, compare yourself with these locals.
And how would you justify it? How would you justify it?
Please, Honorable, I've said what I need to say.
Thanks.